Welcome to Premium Quality Ideas, presented by Educators at the Cafe. Do you have your coffee? Let's get started. My name is Christina Kottman. I was an international primary educator for 9 years, working in Saudi Arabia, Brazil, and India. I taught grade 1, grade 3, and grade 4. And I worked with different nationalities, different languages, and different cultures in my classroom, but also within my school community. Premium Quality Ideas and Educators at the Cafe are spaces where we can share innovative ideas about education. There are so many wonderful things already happening in education, success-driven, evidence-based ideas and resources that are not well known. Perhaps you've felt hopeless about the possibility of what education might look like in 20 or 30 years, and the news cycle continues to send the message that schools are broken and failing and teachers are tired. While some of that is definitely true, there are also so many great resources and ideas already implemented in schools around the world. That's what this space is for. By bringing together the ideas of evidence-based, proven successes in educational spaces, we can advocate for a better future in our local communities. The big idea is to share ideas that are already working and implement those into our educational institutions. We hope you advocate with us. All right, it is time for today's Premium Quality Idea Light Bulb, and the award goes to Teaching on the Double. Teaching on the Double is a website and a podcast all about managing your time, organization, and productivity as a teacher, though their ideas are applicable in other professions. For example, I recently listened to their podcast episode about returning to school. Those of you in the Northern Hemisphere might be familiar. Number 189, Your Ultimate Guide to Teaching. This podcast episode talks about how you need to really communicate with your team and collaborate with others to be successful in the first weeks of school. To quote Bridget, "Don't try to recreate the wheel. Lean on your teachers. Beg, borrow, and steal resources." For example, you probably don't need to create a Meet the Teacher newsletter because one of your team teachers already has one that you can update. They also remind us to check with our team about school-wide procedures, such as hallway traffic, bathroom visits, fire drills, and the cafeteria routine. Bridget and Michelle list a lot of ideas, acting like your teacher best friend, brainstorming with you. I think this podcast episode is a must listen for any new teacher or for someone who worries a lot about the first few weeks of school. For an adult unrelated to education, this episode will provide a peek into the multitude of tasks and procedures and routines that teachers manage within the first few weeks. For example, do you know how your educational institution's teachers manage absences or the relevant absent work? So, check out Teaching on the Double's website, podcast, and Instagram spaces, and overall advocate for an educator in your life to start accessing the Teaching on the Double resources and/or ideas. Send some ideas that you find about productivity, time management, and organization to your favorite teachers. We know that teachers do a lot, and they can do their best when they have less stress. That's today's Premium Quality Idea. Thank you, Michelle and Bridget. Coffee cheers. I'll end with a quote that has guided my teaching. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. I had this poster in my classroom from about my 5th year onward. I discovered a bundle from Teachers Pay Teachers of mindset posters in bright primary colors. This quote always held importance to me because I'm quite hard on myself when I feel I've made a mistake. Growth mindset was not something I was aware of when I was a student. I put these mindset posters around my classroom for my students, but of course they helped me too. Educators can be very hard on ourselves, and quotes, resources, and kind notes really do remind us that we aren't in education alone. It's a team effort, and mistakes are proof that we are trying. Thanks for joining me for some premium quality ideas. I'm Christina. and I finished my coffee. See you next time.